This is the story of how MrBeast unknowingly made me cry. I used to work for a very big sports channel called The Rebound, and I loved it. It was so very fun. Now, it was also one of the hardest jobs I've ever had because everything was put under a microscope for the sake of creating the best quality content possible. Now, where MrBeast comes in, and we'll get to him in just a minute, is he was sort of a shadow figure, a friend of, one of the lead people of this channel. I won't say specifics. Someone that was an advisor, someone that would every now and again chime in and give his 2 cents. And so we were going through this period where we weren't posting a lot of content. We were really taking our time trying to improve the quality of our scripts, trying to be more deliberate with research and make sure that new editors knew exactly what we were trying to go for. And in that time of us not posting a whole lot, competitor channels started to outperform us. And boy, did that make Jimbo mad. That made him so furious that my boss at the time actually messaged me one night and said, Jimmy is not happy. Jimmy wants to work with us. Something to the effect of how tomorrow you better expect him to go like all in, right? And in my mind, upsetting Jimmy, MrBeast, that is like career suicide. I literally remember having a panic attack that night because in my mind, I'm already working more than 8 hours a day. I'm already putting 110% into what I'm actively doing, and to learn that that's not enough to the god of YouTube himself, MrBeast, I was terrified of what the next day might look like. I thought he was going to just rip me a new one, rip my boss a new one, convince, the powers that be to fire me from my job. I really was expecting to have to work in a Discord call with him barking orders for an entire day. I was literally full panic attacked the night before, to the point where I actually cried, not knowing what the next day would look like. It was the fear of what might happen or what might be said, what the criticisms might be of my work. All that happens, and the next morning I get on to Discord and slowly awaiting whenever MrBeast might just happen to jump on in our Discord call. And I was worried, my boss was worried. We're all shook up because we didn't realize we were doing that bad. So all of a sudden, I see Mr. Yeast, which is obviously not MrBeast, but close enough where I think it's probably the same guy I'm expecting. I see him pop up in other channels of the Discord and talking to other departments. And then I'm sweating. I'm like, oh man, this is getting real. He's going to jump in here. He's going to be yelling, fuming, mad. And he jumps in finally, and I'm there with my boss and my boss's boss and the main team. And something as simple as, well, who is your bottleneck? Who is stopping content from being published, from being put out? He made a Google document that just said, you have titles, thumbnails, you have research writing, you have editing. Where are you at right now with your next video? Oh, okay. Everything is stuck in research and writing. That's your bottleneck. Don't be the bottleneck. I have a piece of paper printed out with the bottleneck sheet, which is what he created. And it was literally the dumbest, simplest thing that just said, never be the bottleneck. Who's making your company poor was the first line of this document that he jumped on a Discord call with us and walked us through what we thought was going to be this mind-blowing realization of how to get the channel where it needs to be. And in reality, it was stop overthinking, just get your content out there. If you are where the bottleneck is, pass it on to the next person. Don't be the bottleneck. And sure enough, it was like light bulbs went off. Everyone was mind blown. Oh my God, we never thought of it that way. To split up our whole production department into different departments and be like, hey, video is in this person's hands. Video is in this person's hands. If you notice that a video or videos are stuck in one department, that's your bottleneck. Put all your time into that not being the bottleneck. Who would have thought that overanalyzing, stressing over every last detail along every part of the production process, who would have thought that that would actually hurt you and hurt your channel's performance and leave the door open for competitors who, by the way, were not putting that much time and effort into every aspect. It's the reason why that they were even able to outperform us for a little while as it was, is because they didn't allow themselves to have bottlenecks. That was really the missing ingredient for us, not being the bottleneck. And that's how MrBeast unknowingly made me cry. And that day, I also, the next day, I remember being so mad. Like, why was I that upset in the first place? And also, why are we looking at what he just said as like this mind-blowing advice? Like, oh yeah, no, we should trust our intuition, and not get things stuck. Like, just have confidence in your idea, get it on to the next department, get your ideas out there. Don't be the bottleneck. So that was my story. I don't know what I learned from this other than people tend to overrate the advice that MrBeast has. He's obviously a genius. He's obviously a master at storytelling, and his commitment to making high quality content and his willingness to put more and more back into higher quality content is exactly why he is where he's at. But he probably would be the first one to tell you that it's not rocket science. It's all pretty fucking obvious. Don't be the bottleneck.